Very good. Get your coffee
Good job,
cup.
good
We have
job,
to
good
start.
job.
We have to start
Okay.
the traditional start.
Good morning, Goddess.
Ooh, hi.
How are you? We are on show number 5.
We are.
And the calls and the emails, a couple of texts, are coming in. We are so impressed with people being impressed by us. And so we're going to continue the show, as is our tradition. And in case you're new to us, this is number 5, so go back and listen to number 1 through 4.
Because this is progressive. We're progressing. We're moving
Yes.
forward, and we're laying foundations for amazing personal growth.
Yes, we are following the steps.
Empowerment.
Yes, we're following the steps of how to claim the goddess within. And you can also get the book, Claim the Goddess Within, written by a really well-rounded and intelligent human being we all know and respect and appreciate the gifts that she's given to the world through her wisdom and guidance, which is, Genevieve Coleman. And this is our wonderful, lovely goddess, bliss, pleasure, and divineness, Helena. And she has her own series of intelligent, wonderful, I want to say creative crafts, artistic endeavors.
Yes,
things you've done.
many, including a show on sextalkradionetwork.com called The Indulgence Show. So if you're interested in learning more about how to up-level your relationships and your sex life, check it out.
There you go. So those are our commercials.
Yes.
So that and goddesscamp.com, which sponsors us, Good Morning Goddess.
Oh, I have a plug.
Oh,
I have a plug.
blatant plug.
Next week, I'm going to be filming. I don't know when they're going to air it.
Right.
But I'm going to be filming the Ben Show on Comedy Central.
Ah.
Apparently, this is a very anxious fellow that wants to learn how to relax, so I'm going to show him.
And he must think you're very funny.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so obviously we're very talented and very, very accomplished in our talents, and we're not just bragging and things like that. The underlying idea behind what we were just talking about is the fact...
We're not bragging?
Well,
it's okay to brag.
It's okay to brag as long as you have something to support it with, which we do.
We do.
And the... Oh, God, she didn't. And so the idea is once you claim the goddess within, which we have stated before...
Which includes having fun with your body. Go ahead.
Okay. Once you claim your goddess within, it gives you the courage, it gives you empowerment, it gives you the desire to take what you're passionate about, bring it into the world, create things, and share it with others.
So what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about using your power for good.
Using your power for good. Let's say it together.
Using your power for good. So we're very proud of the things that we've done in life. We're very, very mature. Not old. And we're very talented. And we've worked long and hard. It's okay to say we worked hard. Working hard is not a sin. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. You know, we didn't start out millionaires in life.
I would prefer a different word.
I know.
We worked diligently.
Diligent with persistence and passion and patience.
Even in the face of what might appear to be obstacles.
Right, but those obstacles were always for our highest growth. They were always for our best interest.
Taking us to the next level.
Because we overcame them.
We did.
We may have been depressed for 3 months and watching TV, eating those Malamars until, I'm sorry, what's that? Flashback.
Let's go back to where we want to be.
Right.
Thank you.
Claiming the goddess within allows us to start using our power for good in the world.
You know, I have to interject something here.
As usual.
Of course, because you've got to let me get over an edgewise sometimes. So the Dalai Lama is talking about the fact that he thinks the world is really going to change when American women take a stand and step into their empowerment.
I've heard that.
What does that mean? Women are the catalysts for change in the world. If you look at what really happens, just even in the microcosm of the family, when things change, it's usually because the woman has initiated it on some level.
Yes, and that's true, and that is good. Someone needs to take the lead.
That's our role.
Yes, and we all, if you're a very classic American family, which there are hardly any of us left, the male in the house is the, let's say, the dominant provider. If you have a woman who works, which most of us do have women who work in our home.
There?
We have to, because you have to understand that when you want to make a change as a woman in your house, it's good. It's going to rock the boat. He might get upset. The kids are going to go, where's mommy? She went.
Rocking the boat is good.
It's good because you're doing it out of love. You're doing it out of self-empowerment now. You're doing it out of getting a bit of your own back. You're doing it... Did I go there?
To hold the line for your intentions and what you want for your family.
And your family, exactly. You're setting a better example for your kids, which we touched on in past episodes of this wonderful show, that when it's good for you, it's good for everyone who loves you in your world. So take the step now. You've claimed the goddess, you've watched the shows, you've done the homework. We're going to give you more today. And you are now ready to set your intentions for good. Setting your intentions for good.
Well, you know, I have to add something here because I remember from my past, which may even be kind of recent, is that sometimes...
The past is very recent. We'll explain that later.
Sometimes it would take me a while to figure out this off feeling and what that was really about before I could come to a point where I was ready to ask for what I wanted and initiate change. So notice when you feel a little off and take the time to reflect on what it is you're wanting that will make that experience better for you, because that's an indication that something's not quite right and you should listen to it.
Okay, I'm just sitting here shaking because I think every woman who wants change is because she feels something's wrong. She just sits down and she goes, this is wrong, and you start with the whining. This is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. I wish it were better. I wish it would change. Well, this is time to stop wishing. This is time to put these intentions into action, and we're showing you how to do that. We're telling you the steps and the homework on how to do that. You have a right to change your mind.
So what's an intention? Talk about what's an intention. Just give me a definition.
Okay, an intention is a positive statement, affirmation, and idea in your mind of what you would like something in your life to look like. You want it to be different. So phrase it positively and say, my intention for this discussion with my husband, spouse, sweetheart, lover coming up is that I will be understood, that I will communicate my needs clearly, and they will understand me, and that we will move forward to make this part of our lives, let's say our financial situation,
in compassion and love.
With compassion and love, and it will be better. So you see, that was a paragraph statement in a positive phraseology of my intentions for the way I want to feel, not telling someone else what to do, or I want them to be, I said I want to be understood. I want him to understand me. He never listens. That's not quite it. You want to be understood, and you want to see positive change in this area.
Now, I was just having a discussion with my partner this morning about this. There's a difference between an intention and an agenda. The intention is the idea of the general environment that you want to create. I want to create love and compassion. I want to create more forward motion. I want to create more love in my life, whatever that is. The agenda is the way that you get there, the list of things that you want to do to make that happen. So it's really important to differentiate that.
Okay, and what I hear when someone says I have an agenda is they're not letting go. And they have an idea of how it's going to work best, which when you're spiritually minded as a goddess, you allow spirit to guide you. You allow the universe to help you, support you, step in. There's this quote which is so important. My children have been raised with it in front of their face because it's on our bathroom wall. It is printed and it's right there. And it is the moment one definitely commits oneself. All manner of things, known and unknown, seen and unseen, move to support you in this. It's really a great quote, and I should finish it. Something about it.
Do you want to go get it? I'll talk while you're...
Just talk amongst yourselves. It's just so good. And it says passion has magic in it. And this is the energy that the goddess uses. This is our type of woo-woo magic. It's intention, it's love, it's passion, empowerment from a higher source. No agendas.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. Okay, because let's look about it in the frame of a meeting. Okay, you want to call a meeting. You have certain things you want to cover in your meeting. That's your agenda. Those are the points you want to hit.
Right.
It's a divine dance between being present in the moment and diving deeply into what is and needs to be addressed versus the agenda. And if you want to complete your meeting and complete all your thoughts, you kind of have to do that dance.
Okay.
Sometimes you may find that one item on your list takes over the whole agenda for the day because that's what needs to happen. Therein lies the letting go in order to dance with spirit and what needs to actually happen. But the agenda is a wonderful guide. It's like if you give a talk, you have your little outline of things you want to cover. So
some people
again,
have outlines. We just,
it's always, not here, but it's always that divine dance. So
Okay.
as we learn how to listen to where the priorities are and how the energy organically and honorably wants to flow, we can choose whether to stay with that intended agenda or maybe it's going to shift.
Okay, I can agree with the flexibility and also the idea of having an outline of things that you want to address. I want to impress how important it is to let go of the how it's going to be accomplished.
Absolutely.
That's the important part that people
that's
need
a
to let.
different flavor.
It is. You can still have your agenda then. Okay, I'll give you that. But
Thank you.
You have to let go of the how it's going to happen.
Right.
The best, I know what's best for everybody attitude is just like so totally yesterday.
Yes, you're definitely right.
Last millennium.
Well, that's the negotiation process.
Well, but the how, you can say, I'm going to do this, and I say, I'm going to do this too, or I'm going to endeavor to be more respectful. But then when you get to the doing of it, be open. Allow yourself to be helped by the universe, by other people, and say, I know that I'm going to be able to make it to my new job. I don't have a car, but I know that there is a way, and that's a phrase that's very powerful. There is a way. I'm open to it. And all of a sudden, someone gets you a bus pass for your birthday. Someone says, my friend's selling a car, and they're willing to do financing. How is the universal magic? It's the miracles that happen in your life. So you need to be open to them.
Well, absolutely. And let's say even in a negotiation process, I may have an idea of how I think something can be accomplished.
Right.
But in the negotiation process, that might not work for my partner at all. So my partner then offers another idea. And then we dance with that. So, it's wonderful to have an idea, and it's also wonderful in concert with others to do that dance of creating that win-win.
Right.
Because that's an important essential element.
Yep, it is. Win-win is the most important. That quote was by Goethe, in case I didn't mention it, and I will have it for you in the next show, because it's really important.
I thought we don't want to repeat ourselves.
The quote's by Goethe. Look it up.
Look it up. Good morning, guys. So, let's talk again about intention.
Yes.
So, we're in the holiday time. See our red? We're all
Use your power for good this holiday season.
Red is a base chakra color. I don't know if any of you know what chakras are, but they are kind of energy vortices.
I used to use chakra on the sidewalk when I was a kid. It was fun.
It's not the same stuff. It's an energy vortex that kind of breathes in and breathes out energy. So, at our base chakra, which is kind of around the genital area, that's the place that has a lot to do psychologically with abundance, whether I want to be here or not.
With my family.
With my family. Yeah,
root
good.
chakra.
Root chakra.
Family roots.
Yeah. So, we are wearing red because we want to invoke the richness of the holidays, our empowerment in the holidays, our desire to be present, and our desire to be alive.
And loved.
And loved.
For who
and
we really are.
Hearts.
Loving heart. As a goddess, let me tell you, like we just said, people might object to your new stand, and you lovingly stand there with love and grace as a goddess. They may object to your wanting to change life because you were the, let's say it, slave, housekeeper, the provider in certain areas of life, and now you ain't going to do that as much anymore because
differently.
You're going to do it differently, and there's time for you now instead of always someone else first. These are age-old issues.
So here's a little homework for this holiday. How would you like to do something different? And how can you enroll your family in supporting what it is that you want to do differently?
Maybe it's actually saying, I'm going to wrap the presents for Hanukkah early, and I need help. So you this night, you this night, you this night. I know, it's not 8 nights of wrapping. Darn,
Or we're not going to go out for that expensive dinner. We're going to do a potluck at home.
Yes, we're going to choose potluck, and we're going to have less cooking for Mommy and the girls, or we're going to have a holiday trip. We're going to do something differently because I would like to do it this way this year. What do you say, team? And they go, all right, I don't know. You will be so surprised.
You know what I did this year with my daughter? We always do something special.
You have a daughter, you're so young.
I love you. She's going to be 25.
Oh my God, she had her when she was 12. But
That was when I started dating my husband
at 13.
Anyway, so we usually would go to Disneyland on Christmas Eve. We really liked that because it was kind of not so many people, and it was the holiday feeling, and we were all together. So, and it's gotten a little too expensive for us this year, and we choose to spend our money differently.
Yes, choose that.
So I turned it over to my daughter this year, and I said, "Honey, I'd love for you to come up with what we're going to do at Christmas this year."
That's nice.
And she didn't want to do that. But
No,
she's
no,
thinking
stop the
about
story,
it.
the good part. Stop that.
But
So
she's
it'll be
thinking
great.
about it.
She is thinking
about it.
Whereas my daughter has a boyfriend, and she says, we might have to skip Disneyland this year. I'm just, you talk. Because things change, and change is good, and she is growing.
And expressing her individuality.
And she's
and
already claimed
empowerment.
her goddess. As a teenager, she has already claimed her goddess, and is
She's
able,
more
therefore,
than a teenager
with
now,
love.
I hate to tell you.
No, she's still teen. So she's able to stand up and say, this is what I'd like to do. What have I done? What
thing.
have I taught her?
You've taught her to be a woman, empowered,
An empowered woman.
to have what she wants and not what mom wants. You know what I said to my daughter last night? I
Tell
said,
me.
I'm warning you now. I fully intend to be a full-on grandmother,
Yes.
fully present, and I will camp follow you if need be.
Yes.
Because that's that important to me. And she
right.
looks at me and she goes, Mom, I am not living my life for you.
No.
I meant that as love.
Yes, right.
And support. And she's going like, you're not telling me where to live or what to do. And she's
no,
right.
She didn't get that you're going to be a stalker. But that's
she's,
okay.
but she's right. You know?
She'll learn. They'll learn. Because when you do what's right for you, your grandkids will love you. Okay, so using our power for good, that is one of the effects. When you do what's right for you, your children, your daughters, and sons will learn that they have the right to do that too. And as much as that may hurt, that is called evolution. And since we want the planet to go in the right direction, we need to guide the planetary souls that are coming in like we're guiding them. They're so guiding us. They come in pre-wired and ready to go.
Yeah.
And so we take our cue from them because we love them too. And as we guide them into their empowerment of doing what's right, they set their intentions, they claim things they want, they see it manifest, they go, I did that. You did do that, I said to my son. He was so impressive the other day. And I said, and I didn't say, I taught you that. I said, I'm so proud of you. And he really was proud of himself.
Yeah.
Really was. Named it, claimed it, did it within 3 hours. 3 hours. It was an amazing manifestation.
Fast. So amazingly enough,
yes,
we are moving into the holiday season. Time to claim new traditions. Time to claim more of what we want instead of doing what our parents did and everybody else did.
Yes.
And this is a very sacred year.
Yes.
I have to bring
the
up.
world is changing as you are.
Some of you may have heard about the Mayan calendar and 2012. Some say it's the end of the world. Some say it's the beginning of a new one. I choose to focus on the beginning of the life we've always dreamed of. So in line with setting intentions, at this point in time, there are gatherings going on all over the world for this. Mm-hmm. On the 12th.
It's called EDC.
And on the 21st.
And Burning Man. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, not those.
Different game.
Okay. My daughter's going to that. But they are doing these ceremonies on these days on the 12th and on the 21st because those are the sacred days that this is supposed to happen according to the Mayan calendar.
More energy than ever. Right.
What people are doing is gathering together in meditation circles, intention circles, all kinds of circles to put out this vision of compassion and new financial prosperity and love and a whole up-leveling of all of our cultures.
Right.
So I would love to encourage you to do the same because it's not so much the date. Those are just excuses. Those are just opportunities. What's really important is that we have this collective energy coming together for extended periods of time to focus on this intention. That's powerful. Mm-hmm. Energy and intention is so powerful. And if we use these days as excuses to come together and focus in such a way, we might very well make a good difference. And you know what? Even if it doesn't work the way we think it will, it may work in very different ways. Mm-hmm. The point is that we've done it and we've claimed it and we've stood up for it. That will make a difference. And why the heck not?
Yes.
What have you got to lose?
Exactly. I don't think they call it the season of love for nothing. I think that this intention of the holidays coming together of Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, sometimes other religions overlap. I think that there is an overwhelming belief in the power of love and coming together for mankind's good during this season. So do you think that there's an accident, that this universal, worldwide happening is happening in December of 2012?
And it's the dream time, you know. This is the time, you know, when many animals go into hibernation. So it's the time when you vision. It's the time when you have repose to be able to focus on your inner life and your inner desires and what you want to bring out into the world.
So that is your homework as we wrap up this episode. Our homework is write down your dreams, not your New Year's resolutions. This is your dreams of love. Your
For
dreams,
yourself?
your intentions. Remember we started saying set your intentions. Peace, power, pleasure. Prosperity, passion, play, and praise.
That's a lot of peace.
It is. I live
Can
on
you
the
remember
7 P's.
all of those?
And that is one of the
Do it
prayers.
again, fast.
Peace, power, pleasure, prosperity, passion, play, and praise.
Oh, she did it.
I love that prayer because as I touch on each topic, I set my intention for that day. And now this will be your homework to set your intention for this season in these areas of your life and for the world.
Self, family, and the world.
The world, because your community is your world. You may never get across the ocean, but you live in this community. You live in your city, and you want it to be peaceful, powerful, pleasurable, filled with passionate people creating art, happy children, wonderfully cared for elders. You want the police and the firemen to be respected and honored. You want to know that they're there for you, and you're there for them. You want to know that your world is better because you are a goddess who has claimed her good and is using her power for good.
And let's pass it forward. How many random acts of kindness can you share in your day?
Right.
And let's make that a practice for every day, not just for this season.
Right. This is where you're going to start. We're jump starting you. You're setting your intentions for a new world that you're living in. This is the goddess, you, living in this brand new world. This is heaven on earth. This is heaven on earth. I will toast to that.
We are heaven.
We are heaven on earth.
That's how you make it.
That is how.
It's not out there. It's not up there. It's here. It's
We're
just
doing
where
it.
you put your attention and your focus.
Good cocoa.
Yeah. Good coffee.
Good coffee.
Until the next time.
Yes.
Good morning, goddess.
Good morning, goddess.
Yay.